Dark chocolate, often praised for its health benefits and rich flavor, has become a popular treat among health-conscious individuals, including many Muslims seeking halal alternatives to conventional sweets. While the Quran does not specifically mention chocolate, it encourages us to consume pure and wholesome foods, Quran 2:168. However, recent scientific research has uncovered some surprising and potentially concerning aspects of dark chocolate that may make us reconsider its place in our diets. This video aims to shed light on the lesser-known dark side of dark chocolate, providing insights that may surprise even the most informed consumers. One of the most alarming discoveries about dark chocolate concerns its content of heavy metals, particularly lead and cadmium. These elements, while naturally occurring in the Earth's crust, can have serious health implications when consumed in excess. A study published in Consumer Reports in 2022 tested 28 dark chocolate bars and found that all of them contained cadmium and lead, with some exceeding levels considered safe for regular consumption. Another study in the Journal of Food Composition and Analysis found that cocoa and chocolate products consistently ranked high in cadmium content compared to other foods. Lead exposure can lead to cognitive issues, hypertension, and reproductive problems. Cadmium accumulation is associated with kidney damage and weakened bones. The principle of avoiding harm, la darar wa la dirar, is fundamental in Islamic dietary laws. If scientific evidence suggests potential harm, it becomes our responsibility to approach such foods with caution. To mitigate these risks, choose chocolates made from cocoa beans grown in areas with lower soil contamination. Limit consumption, especially for children and pregnant women. Look for brands that conduct regular heavy metal testing and are transparent about their results. Many consumers are unaware that dark chocolate contains significant amounts of caffeine, a stimulant that can affect sleep patterns and anxiety levels. A study in the Journal of Food Science found that a 100-gram bar of dark chocolate can contain up to 80 milligrams of caffeine, almost as much as a cup of coffee. Another study published in Sleep Medicine Reviews highlighted the potential of chocolate consumption to disrupt sleep quality, especially when consumed close to bedtime. Caffeine intake during Ramadan. Consuming dark chocolate close to suhoor time might affect the quality of sleep during fasting hours. High caffeine intake could potentially impact concentration during prayers. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, emphasized moderation in all aspects of life. Being mindful of the caffeine content in dark chocolate aligns with this principle. Opt for lower cocoa percentage chocolates. If caffeine sensitivity is a concern, consider cocoa butter-based white chocolate as a caffeine-free alternative. The sugar paradox, not as healthy as it seems. While dark chocolate is often marketed as a healthier alternative to milk chocolate due to its higher cocoa content, many varieties still contain significant amounts of sugar. Scientific evidence research published in the journal Nutrients found that even dark chocolates labeled as 70% cocoa or higher can contain up to 30% sugar by weight. A study in the Journal of the American Heart Association suggested that the potential cardiovascular benefits of dark chocolate might be negated by its sugar content in some commercial products. Hidden dangers: dental health. The combination of sugar and the sticky nature of chocolate can increase the risk of tooth decay. Blood sugar spikes, especially concerning for those with diabetes or pre-diabetes. Islamic perspective on moderation. The Quran advises against excess, which applies to all foods, including those perceived as healthy. Smarter choices. Look for dark chocolates with minimal added sugars. Consider raw cacao nibs as a lower sugar alternative for chocolate flavor. The oxalate overload, a hidden kidney stone risk. Dark chocolate is high in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stone formation in susceptible individuals. Research findings. A study in the Journal of Urology found that chocolate was among the top dietary sources of oxalates. Another research published in the Clinical Journal of the American Society of Nephrology highlighted that high oxalate intake including from sources like dark chocolate, was associated with an increased risk of kidney stones. Who's at-risk individuals with a history of kidney stones? Those with certain genetic predispositions or metabolic disorders? Islamic guidance on health? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "There is no disease that Allah has created except that He also has created its treatment." Understanding and mitigating health risks aligns with this principle. Balancing act. Moderate consumption, especially for those at risk. Pair chocolate consumption with calcium-rich foods which can help bind oxalates in the digestive tract. The addiction potential more than just a craving. Dark chocolate contains compounds that can potentially lead to addictive-like behaviors in some individuals. Scientific basis research published in the British Journal of Clinical Pharmacology identified several psychoactive compounds in chocolate, including phenylethylamine, which can affect mood and potentially create a mild addiction-like response. A study in Current Biology suggested that the combination of sugar and fat in chocolate can trigger reward centers in the brain similar to some addictive substances. The addiction-mood connection, emotional eating, reliance on chocolate for mood enhancement, potential for overconsumption due to its pleasurable effects. Islamic perspective on self-control. Islam encourages self-discipline and control over desires. Recognizing and managing potential addictive behaviors aligns with these teachings. Mindful consumption. Be aware of emotional triggers for chocolate consumption. Practice mindful eating, savoring small amounts rather than indulging excessively. Environmental and ethical concerns beyond personal health. The production of dark chocolate raises significant environmental and ethical issues that conscientious Muslim consumers should be aware of. Research-backed issues, deforestation. A study in environmental research letters found that cocoa production is a significant driver of deforestation in West Africa. Child labor. Research published in Fortune magazine revealed ongoing issues with child labor in cocoa-producing regions despite industry pledges to address the problem. Climate impact. A report in the journal Science Advances highlighted the substantial carbon footprint of chocolate production, from farming to processing and transportation. Islamic ethics and consumption. Islam emphasizes ethical consumption and care for the environment. The Quran states, "And do not commit abuse on the earth, spreading corruption." Making ethical choices. Look for Fair Trade and Rainforest Alliance certified chocolates. Support brands with transparent supply chains and ethical production practices. Consider the environmental impact and opt for locally produced alternatives when possible.
Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, stay healthy and blessed. Wa alaikum assalam.